Welcome back to another fantasy video with me, JD. I realize I better film this one now while I got time on the Sunday after the Supercoach one, or let's be honest, I probably won't find time during the week. It's just been the way it is at the moment. But yeah, pretty good week for me. A 21-5-2, moving up to 26 overall. And if we go back to the start of the buys, where was this? 136th, putting in some decent round rankings here. What's that? And then, um, is that right? No, they can't be. I skipped a week, right? So first week of buys, another good round ranking moved into 52nd. Then into 29, which is pretty good. And then last week had a bit of a poorer week, as you can tell, moved back out to 38. What went wrong here? A couple of bad. I mean, yeah, Sin was not good cover. Wardlaw and MJ had poor weeks. And then, yeah, Briggs on the bench, obviously, no bueno. And then this week, round 15 at 21-5-2, got me up to 26, which is really good. So to go from outside 100 into 26 over the buy, obviously pretty happy with that. And the team is now more or less done, which I'll show in a second. But yeah, defense was huge. Obviously, like the lowest was Yo's 98, who got brought in this week alongside Petrarca. Windhager was a bit of a disappointment. But still ended up being in my best 18. I only had 19 playing, and Windhager and Humphrey were battling out for 18. Everyone else, the next lowest was 94. I mean, MJ was huge, Sheldrick was huge, Yo was good as well. So yeah, defense was amazing. Chesser, I guess I technically had playing as well, but he was on the bench. So yeah, it wasn't moving things around to try and take it 23. Yeah, mids were all pretty good. I mean, I think what the one of the better mid scores I missed out on was Crouch, which is 116. Being a bit of a Crouch hater, so happy to keep fading him. Sarong didn't kill me this week, which was good. Didn't have like Ryan or anything like that in defense, but I don't think many people really did, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, and then I mean I know there are teams that were fielding more like 21, 22, so to kind of put in this score with just the 19, very happy with. And that brings us to this week. So we got 110k in the bank because originally I was going to go into Oliver, but he didn't get up. And so Petrarca, so got the extra money in the bank. And that means I should be able to easily get to Doherty this week, which I think is the plan. So as it stands, I've got one kind of upgrade to do here. And I've got to get Darcy Cameron from my ruck spot into the forward line. So trading him to a loophole is going to be the obvious one. And with Humphrey dropping that poor score and having an even worse role, it is very much time to move him on. So DC into the forward line. And I'm not sure what the best ruck loophole is from here. So if you know, let me know. Obviously, it needs to have ruck forward status. I probably don't want to pay up. I'd rather have the cash. I mean, Williams played and didn't go up in price. He's injured. I don't know if he's going to come back, but potentially he could be cover. So maybe it's him. Otherwise, Heath maybe gets a game at some point. I could bring in him. Otherwise, Madden I think is a popular one in terms of fixture. Maybe I need to check fixture. So I actually need to have a look at which of the three rucks it'll be. But yeah, so Williams in this week, and then. Yep, and then it puts Darcy Cameron to the forward line. Pretty happy with this. And then, yeah, so into the middle here is a little bit tricky. So with MJ out, how much money have I got? 937k. So short of someone like Oliver was to return, but I can pay for anyone else in the game, and it's fine. So it could just be a straight mid that I upgrade to here, like Sarong or even Kelly off his buy. I mean, Mitchell's been good in his last few, but once to go he comes back, probably not as important. Crouch, I don't know. Still not a big Crouch fan. Bit of a hater. Kelly's probably bent me one too many times. So I was thinking about maybe bringing in Doherty here as a bit of a pod option. So moving someone like Day into the midfield and then going Doherty here. Definitely unique on the run home. For MJ, and then that comes up with a pretty nice team here. Let's move these around. Come on. I hate it when it doesn't keep like that. So yeah, like obviously like Yo, Day, kind of like the weak spots here. So one of these will go to Sicily when Sicily returns in a couple weeks. And then the other one will go to, I guess Oliver is probably the other one. So that's I think the plans from here in terms of money to do it. We've got Sheldrick who's going up in price. It would have been great to hold MJ, but yeah, Wind Hager didn't make enough money. I'm actually a little bit worried about his job security, to be honest. But well, he's already got 200k on his head, so 200k on Will Day kind of would get him up to Sicily, and then if Sheldrick can get up to, I don't know, 450, 500, and Yo can get up to 750, then I could easily get to like a Oliver or something like that as well. So I think that's pretty much going to be it from here on out. A whole bunch of dead rookies floating around. That'll be the same for everyone. Not much money on the heads. Chester may make a little bit more if he gets games. Sharp can make more if he gets games, but I don't think he will. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, who else would I upgrade? Maybe Neil gets upgraded as a luxury at some point. Yeah, I mean these five plus Sicily, that feels like the best defenders. Maybe Caleb Daniel, but he could be a forward option. And then these forwards, like, do I want like Cogs instead of Cameron maybe? Or McRae? Like Cogs and McRae. I mean, McRae's not getting any mid time. So probably not. Like I think I'm probably just happy with DC, to be perfectly honest. Unless the wheels fall off again, especially given that he's ruck cover. So then yeah, it's just really like Yo, Day, and Neil, and it's gonna be like Oliver, Sicily, and then maybe a different midfielder. Maybe Sarong or Kelly or something like that. Parrish if he turns it around. Miller when he returns, that could be one to look at as well towards the end of the year. I don't think I'm going to be getting in like a Mills or Steele type unless it's to cover like a 1 week injury. Because I mean, I just don't fancy their roles. I don't think they're going to be. I mean, Steele might come good. I don't fancy Mills. He's not even getting CBAs. That'd have to change for me to even consider him. But yeah, that's the team this week. Obviously in a pretty good spot to attack the top 10, which I got close to last year, but in trying to make some moves to finish in the top 5 or 6, ended up finishing, what did I finish? 60 something, 62. So second year, second hat, definitely on the cards, but I think it's a question of how high up. I feel like my team's better than most at the moment, if I'm being honest. I'm pretty happy with my premiums. I've got almost all the top ones now, apart from Oliver and Sicily. They both haven't been playing, so that's a good spot to be in. Team value is pretty good. Like, there's no real teams ahead that have like a ton more value or anything like that. In fact, a lot of them seem to have less. So that's good. And in terms of my team itself, most of the value's on the field. Really, it's like Windhager and Sheldrick, where there's a little bit of value off the field, but everything else is on. I think this is a strong team with a strong spot. I've got to figure out captain, vice captain this week as well. Hold on. Have a look at the fixture here. Supercoach always makes that fixture a little bit easier to look at. Who do I like as options? I mean, Dunkley's been very good form against the Tigers. Oh, I was talking about Neil as an option here, but actually it might be Dunkley, given the form he's been. And Taranto. It's probably hard to... That's actually tricky. Where's my fantasy screen? There we go. I realized I was recording in the wrong setting. There we go. Everything's bigger now. We can see it all. How good is that? So yeah, it could be Dunkley or Taranto. I guess it's hard to go past Taranto just given his form as a Friday night VC. And then I don't really know who I like as a captain option. Probably not going English into Shrek. Shrek and Luke Jackson. Yeah, it's probably one of the Crow boys into North. That would make sense, I guess. No one in that matchup. No, it's not going to be Petrarch or anything like that. And I don't think I trust Sinclair as a captain. So it's probably Taranto into Laird or Dawson. Maybe with Keys in that midfield, like Dawson's the better answer here. I don't know. He's burnt people as a captain for sure. But I think let's do that. Taranto into Dawson. Okay, so that's the team at the moment. There's not really a ton of advice in here other than like get good and just upgrade players and get primos and make cash. Like, come on. I guess the only thing people will be asking about is like, can I get Keys? I still think you can get Keys if you're looking to finish your forwards. He's got 4 games of midfield time. Article came out before last game that he's going to persist with that. So I think you can still get Keys if you want to. I probably still would personally prefer Cameron, but I can see the appeal in Keys, especially given that he's done primo numbers as that midfield spot before. And to be honest, I could even see myself like trading out of, I don't know about Rosie or Butters, but like potentially trading out of one of these and getting in Keys to make some cash as well. Like that's like definitely a potential moves. Yeah, but yeah, Cameron Keys is good. Like Himmelberg is one people we worrying about. I like also asking about as well. I'm a little bit confused on Himmelberg here because look, he has been given this better role, but it just doesn't seem like GWS are playing the same junk style that they were last year. In fact, can I have a bit of a look here at Himmelberg? We'll bring up old Harry Himmelberg. Yeah, I just have a feeling that this isn't actually as friendly as what we saw last year. Oh, you can't really see this screen, can you? Hold on. No, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, that'll do. You can see some screens here. So, yeah, I mean, this is the play here and their scores. So, like Himmelberg over the back end of last year, just nuts. Last 10, 94, last 5. And we just haven't really seen that in these games here. I just think that this Richmond style is not as friendly. So, this is a very long way of saying that at Himmelberg's price, he is a perfectly fine pick up an option. And if it was early in the year, I could totally see myself jumping at 570k. Is he going to be a top end keeper? Probably not. Like Cameron and Keys are definitely more likely to be that type. So if you can get the full upgrade done, I think I'd be going there. Yo also probably prefer over Himmelberg at the moment. I just think his scoring is going to continue to be good. What's that, 390s in a row? So yeah, he's a bit of a stepping stone, as I mentioned, until like a Sicily or if you don't have Doherty type. But yeah, I think that is everything for the team. What I'm thinking, captain, vice captain, kind of primo some targeting, and then through the back end of the year, I'll get to stuff it up by trying to go unique pods to get into the top 10 or top 5, which you can see me self-employed then, and finish somewhere in the mid 50 range for a hat, hopefully. But yeah, I hope your team's going well. If you do have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, this is more just for an update for those that ask about where I'm at and the trades I'm doing. So yeah, loophole in with Doherty and then Humphrey and Johnson out. I'd love for it to be Windhager instead and hold Johnson a little bit longer, but just not going to be the case this week. See you in the next one, and good luck for the back end of the year. Peace.